the program on tonight. Welcome to the conversation. If you remember during the height of the campaign season, during the presidential one and only debate with now former Vice President Kamala Harris, it was said by then presidential candidate Donald Trump that the black Haitians down in Springfield were eating the dogs, they were eating the cats, and all types of insidious things were being said. And they were concerned about being deported, and even individuals were hoping that it wouldn't come to this point. Well, when you know someone tells you that something is going to occur and something is going to happen, you have to believe what is being said and don't take it for what you think is being said. So this is Tyrone Bowman live. According to the Miami Herald, the headline reads, Trump administration rolls back extension of temporary protected status for Haitians. You know, eventually this is going to happen, my Haitian brothers and sisters. And because there's been an anti-blackness running throughout America for quite some time, and as a matter of fact, around the world. So let me read this article. According to the Miami Herald, the Trump administration has rolled back an 18-month extension of legal immigration protections for over 500,000 Haitians temporarily residing in the United States, creating uncertainty and anxiety as their homeland continues to veer on the brink of a violent collapse led by armed gangs. The Department of Homeland Security announced on Thursday that Haiti's temporary protected status, which gives people from countries in turmoil who are already in the U.S. Deportation protections and work permits, will now end on August 3rd. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who served in the Biden administration, had previously extended Haiti's TPS through February 3rd, 2026. Biden and Mayorkas attempted to tie the hands of the Trump administration by extending Haiti's temporary protected status by 18 months, far longer than justified or necessary, said the DHS agency spokeswoman in the new administration. We are returning integrity to the TPS system, which has been abused and exploited by. Now listen, this is the lie right here. No lies when you hear them, which has been exploited and abused by illegal aliens for decades. President Trump and Secretary Bowman are returning TPS to its original status. But why is it that white people who come from European countries as immigrants into this nation, they're welcomed with open arms? But anybody who's black, anybody who's brown, anybody who is Hispanic or a Latino, anybody that's not of an Anglo-Saxon origin and who doesn't play into the MAGAism stereotype of all whiteness, they're no good. These Haitians did not come to this country illegally. That's the big lie. This administration tells one lie after another, over and over and over and over again. And people try to pretend like it doesn't affect them. Yes, it does affect people, because liars lie. That's what liars do. They try to spin the narrative. So I don't see any individuals, according to my research and everything that I've done, they came here legally. Excuse me. I'm doing a live broadcast. All right. Sometimes the brother just has to take a call. So this is the way that it is. Ira Kurtzman, a prominent Miami immigration attorney who sued Trump when he tried ending TPS for Haitians during his first term, said the decisions to roll back protections for Haitians and Venezuelans, which the administration had announced earlier, will send people into danger. These people don't care anything about that. After being unable to deliver on this promise to deport millions of criminal and illegal aliens because it was a big lie from the beginning, He has taken away legal status from Venezuelans and now Haitians so he can hide his lie, Kurtzman said. Even an elementary understanding of Haiti and Venezuelan would lead any normal person to understand these people are in danger. Kurtzman added, we will sue. Don't you know that there's power in boycotting? Let me tell you the one thing that white racist billionaires fear. They fear going broke. They fear losing their money. They fear being poor. They fear poverty. And if all a person has for them in life and they can boast to brag that they're a billionaire, so what's your billionaire? What's that supposed to mean? It doesn't make you smarter than anybody else. Doesn't make you brighter than anybody else. Doesn't make you more worthy before Almighty God than anybody else. You're just a billionaire. There have been many tyrannical billionaires who have lived and ruled on this earth and have destroyed people's lives. Caroline Youssef, the head of the San Diego-based Haitian Bridge Alliance, said her organization is ready to accompany anyone who wants to challenge the decision in the courts. The Trump administration's decision to cut temporary protected status early for roughly 500,000 Haitian nationals is a cruel and calculated attack on black and brown immigrants, she said, slashing 6 months of protection while Haitians face rampant insecurity and a humanitarian crisis is nothing short of a death sentence. This is racism in policy form, and we must resist it at every turn. We call on Congress and allies, Congress is not going to help you, to apply maximum pressure on this administration to extend the TPS for Haitian recipients and protect their right to safety and stability. The administration's decision is a huge blow to Haiti, where the U.S. has spent more than $620 million to support a United Nations authorized multinational security mission. Despite the force's presence, it has been struggling to break the stronghold of armed gangs that now control up to 90% of metropolitan Port-au-Prince, the capital. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an all-white, racist administration, whether you like it or not. And the only recourse and power that we people have is what I call Project 2026, midterm elections. They are coming up. And that's what a lot of them will fear. That's why they're trying to change the narrative. That's why they're trying to tell us that Elon Musk is not the head of Doge. Yes, Elon Musk is the head of Doge. Who do you think is doing all the firing and disrupting everything? It's him. So no matter what Fox News says, it doesn't matter because we know that's the racist and bigoted network, and all they do is lie all day long and all night long. Project 2026, midterm elections. You and I have a chance to change the trajectory of Congress. Stop being afraid. If my ancestors were afraid during the civil rights movement, during Jim Crow, during segregation, things would have never changed in this nation. My ancestors fought the battles. They were on the forefront in the heat of the battle. They didn't retreat. They didn't surrender. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and all the heroes and heroines of the civil rights movement, they paid the price. And here we are almost 60 years later fighting the same battles. It's time for a new generation of activists to rise up and stand on the forefront and do what must be done. Everybody in every ethnic group, the Asians have their alliances. Our Jewish brothers and sisters have the ADL. Chinese people have their own alliances, but no one is attacking them. It's only black people that's being attacked in this nation through code words. They can't come right out and call us ends anymore. They're more sophisticated with their language. Like they think we're not intelligent enough to decipher and understand and deal with deductive subliminal messages. We understand exactly what you're saying. So earlier this month, after initially freezing tens of millions of dollars in aid for the mission, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who I have no respect for, approved 40.70 million in exemptions. In providing the waivers, Rubio not only issued reassurances of the U.S. commitment, but during his visit to the Dominican Republic, which shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti, recognized that the force, the way it's currently constructed, will not be enough to defeat the gangs. The gangs have forced more than 1 million people to flee their homes and neighborhoods, including hundreds of police officers and their families. Schools have shuttered. 80% of the hospitals in the capital are not working last year. Gang violence, including at least 4 massacres, led to the death of more than 5,600 Haitians. Haiti doesn't even have the capacity to receive 50,000 people, Pierre Esperance, a human rights advocate in Port-au-Prince, said. A large chunk of the people in the metropolitan Port-au-Prince area forced out of their homes are living on the streets. The gangs occupy more than 80% of the capital. There is no structure to take care of these people, and in many cases, gangs now occupy their homes. Esperance said, given the United States investment in the multinational security mission, which is being led by Kenya, they know that the security situation is not good. Even their embassy isn't properly functioning. They should have a consideration for Haitians. Democratic U.S. Representative Federica Wilson of Miami said in a statement that sending Haitians back to their home country now was a kiss of death. This decision is completely outrageous and part of this administration's reign of terror, she said. The turmoil in Haiti is real, and instead of turning our backs, we should be supporting the Haitian people. Let me just say this again, because all this talking, it was made crystal clear during the campaign season that the Haitians were going to be deported if he won. That's a part of Project 2025. Try to destroy black people, black culture, black history, black civilization, black migration. The Trump administration's announcement occurred at the very moment Caribbean leaders were discussing the deteriorating security and humanitarian crisis in Haiti, a member country, during a meeting in Barbados after being steadfast in their push last year for a date to hold elections, which last took place in 2016. Leaders were much more cautious this time around. Even those like Antigua and Barbuda, Prime Minister Gaston Brown, who believes elections need to take place before the end of the year to finally put a legitimate government back into office, acknowledged that the security situation remains challenging, even with the presence of the underscored Kenya-led mission known as the MSS. The MSS obviously has to scale up and ensure they bring some level of stability. Brown told the Herald, the U.S. and other developed nations need to have troops on the ground to stabilize the situation so that Haiti can have legitimate government. Under a 1990 law, the Secretary of Homeland Security has the authority to designate a country for temporary protected status if it's too unsafe for people from that nation currently in the U.S. to return to their home country. Listen, the Secretary of State serves at the pleasure of the President. And Marco Rubio is going to do what he's told to do. Bottom line. Those conditions can include armed conflict, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions. The Homeland Security Secretary can continue to extend that protection pending a review of conditions. In July 2024, Maracas extended Haiti's TPS protection, saying that the Caribbean nation was experiencing simultaneous economic security, political, and health crisis. Extreme gang violence continues to be an issue in the Caribbean country, and gangs hold a significant presence in Port-au-Prince, the capital. Haiti's government has also been in significant turmoil since the resignation of its prime minister last year and the assassination of its president in 2021. Trump has previously attempted to end TPS for Haiti during his first term in the White House, but was ultimately unsuccessful. The current Trump administration has also ended temporary status for roughly half of Venezuela's recipients last month, after announcing that it would roll back an 18-month Biden-era extension. Many immigration advocates and Haitian leaders worry that Haiti's TPS will face a similar fate and that people will be forced to return to dangerous conditions in Haiti. Randy McGorty, Executive Director of Catholic Legal Services in Miami, said the administration is ignoring that the situation in Haiti has not improved the requirement for ending TPS. In closing, I'll put it this way. There is strength in numbers. There is strength in unity. There is power in boycotting. They might not respect your blackness or my blackness. They may not respect our intelligence. They don't give a darn about our ancestry. But you know what they fear? They fear corporate America going bankrupt. And they fear the loss of billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars and an economy on the brink of disaster. Black people, we spend over $10 trillion per capita every year in this nation. With that $10 trillion per capita, we as a people can change anything when you unify. If Jewish people can do it, if Asian people can do it, if Chinese people can do it, then black people can do it. Be proud of your blackness. Be you light-skinned, dark-skinned, brown-skinned, in between. Be proud of your heritage. Everywhere that man goes, it's the white power salute with him. Everywhere, to let white people know that he's in solidarity with them. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. There's nothing to fear when God is on your side. It's not enough to talk about God on Sunday morning, singing hymns in the church. Where is he during the week? He should be in your heart and in your soul as we continue to forge to make a difference for ourselves and to preserve the posterity for coming generations after we're long off this earth. Project 2026, midterm elections. Handle your business. Never surrender. Never quit.